Instagram is one of the core social media platforms in the internet. Many people have built a career off of creating content on just Instagram alone, so clearly it's got to have some sort of value to streamers if they are creative and intelligent enough to know how to use it. My name's King and I'm a small town kid from North Dakota, and I've never used social media effectively to grow my online presence. Until now. See, there's a lot of channels on the internet that give you tips on how to grow online, but rarely do you get to see somebody start from square one and watch the process of them growing using these tips. That's what I'm here to do today. I'm going to take what I've learned from all these people who say that they know what they're doing and apply it to myself and see how far it takes me. If that sounds like something that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tick that bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. And without further ado, let's get into it. So one of the key components to Instagram is obviously the visuals. I mean, it's an entire platform that was built on taking photos and posting them online. But over time, Instagram has kind of evolved into almost this sort of vlog space along with stories, live streams, and Instagram TV now. In fact, Instagram TV is almost like a lesser version of YouTube. So what exactly are you supposed to be doing with Instagram? I mean, like, along with most social media, there's no right or wrong way necessarily to be using it. However, I definitely have my mentality of how I'm going to approach it. This lighting in here is actually really gross. Hold on a sec. How long was I out of focus? Is that better? If I have to re-record that whole intro, I'm going to be very upset. You live and you learn, right? Here's the thing. A lot of people, when they look at Instagram, especially the younger audience, I feel like, they see a lot of clips and stuff that are posted to the website. They'll play their Fortnite games and they'll just upload them to Instagram and expect them to do super well. And the thing is, unless you've already created a presence, I don't think anyone's really getting popular off of Fortnite clips anymore. There's just too many. Anybody can land a 6-shot in Fortnite given enough tries, you know? And doing something like that is just simply reposting your Twitch content. And you need to understand when you're going into this that all social media platforms are different. What works on Instagram is not necessarily going to work on Twitter. That's why a lot of the times you'll see these like little short Twitter videos and then people will try to re-upload them to YouTube and it just won't do well because it doesn't fit the YouTube algorithm. Words, dude. The strength of Instagram is that you have a chance to like kind of give out your personality and get people to kind of relate to you as a person. Because the thing is, online, people connect with people. That's why you don't want to use a logo as like your profile picture on stuff like Twitter and Instagram, because it makes it feel less personal, you know? When people connect with me on Twitter or Instagram or any of my social media platforms, they get to see my face and they know exactly who they're talking to, you know? And when you're just posting your Twitch content to your Instagram, I feel like it just kind of shows that you're just using your Instagram for your Twitch growth rather than really respecting the platform as a separate entity. From what I've learned about my research as well, you kind of want to base your Instagram around a certain theme. Now, something I really like doing in my free time is just kind of taking photos of myself. I think it's really fun to just have like a gallery of photos to upload. And that's one of my favorite things about Instagram. However, thus far, the photos that I've taken haven't really fit any sort of theme. They're like selfies or they're like portraits and stuff of myself, but they don't really like follow along any sort of lines of like one day I'll be out in the woods, the next day I'll be taking like photos around my town or something. The next day I'll be taking a selfie and stuff. But I do like to steer clear of selfies recently just because it feels like you're not putting enough effort into it, you know? Furthermore, when people see my Instagram, it's really hard to tell exactly what it is I do. At first glance, you might just think that it's like a personal profile because in my bio, I just have what I'm majoring in school, and then I have a link to my Twitch or something. And I feel like if I'm really going to use it and grow my brand, I probably want to start focusing on the Twitch aspect of things. I've always had like the sort of mentality that you don't want to tell people things, you kind of want to show them, you know? For people who try to advertise their stream, I hate when they feel like they have to tell people that they're a streamer. If you're in the streamer verse of Twitter, people know that you're a streamer. Whenever I connect with people on Twitter, I automatically assume that they stream. It's just an assumption that I make. Because if you interacted with me through a post of another streamer, I'm assuming that you have something in common with them. Which is why it's an immediate turnoff when they come at me telling me that they're a streamer. I already know that you're a streamer and you're kind of just shoving it down my throat at that point, you know? You just start to feel like people want something. That's why I feel like a lot of my posts, I'm just going to be posting them based around the production of content. There are little things that you can include in a photo to let people know that you're a content creator. If you include a camera, a lot of the times people are going to think that, oh, this guy likes to take pictures. If you include a Twitch shirt, people are going to know that you're a streamer. I don't need to tell people that I'm a streamer because if they know what Twitch is, they're going to understand. And that's why you don't need to put your Twitch link in your bio, or you don't need to tell people that you're streaming. By the way, that's another thing on Instagram. A lot of people post like going live posts and stuff on Instagram, and that's okay if you're going to post a story because that will appear on their timeline. However, posts don't appear in chronological order on Instagram. They appear by the posts that Instagram thinks that you want to interact with. Which means that sometimes if you don't log in for a few days, you're going to be seeing posts that are 4 days old. That's just how it works. So if you post a going live post now, nobody's going to see it for probably until your stream's over, you know? Instead, post something like that on your story, and that's probably what we're going to start doing on our page. And you don't even need to do it every day, because then again, it makes it look like you're just trying to push people to your Twitch content, and people on Instagram aren't necessarily Twitch viewers. Treat it like itself. Try to grow on the platform itself. That's just the niche that I fit into, though. It's that I'm a streamer who likes to use Instagram, and I like to take photos sometimes, and sometimes I post those photos on Instagram, you know? So when people have that in common with me, they feel like they can build that connection with me, then it's cool, but that's for Instagram. And if they want to follow over to Twitter, that's cool. They can. However, I still want my Instagram content to be Instagram content. I don't want it to be a way to traffic to my Twitch. Generally, to stay active on a site like this, though, you're going to want to post daily, and that can be really difficult for some people who probably don't take a lot of photos. It's hard to make your life look interesting when you're just chilling inside of your house the whole time. And you could get creative and stuff with it, but something that I wanted to do is have like a kind of a gallery of photos to post, at least for the coming week. So I decided to set out with one of our best mods, VESHZA. And we went out and we just took a couple photos. It was a good time. We got some lunch. I even had her film some stuff. And honestly, I was very pleasantly surprised with how good she was with it. You can tell that she's done stuff like this before. And it was really nice that, because I'm not confident in my ability to do IRL content and go out and actually produce this kind of stuff. So it was really nice to have somebody who just like knew what she was doing. I didn't have to tell her anything, and it was really awesome. So thank you so much if you're watching this video, VESHZA. It was very low stress, and I'm glad that you were so cool about it. And that's something I really want to work on with content creation, is kind of stepping out of my comfort zone, because that's how you make the best content. If I want to go out and take photos outside, I don't want to be locked inside my house with this brand new camera that I bought, you know? Another thing to keep in mind too, going off of that, is you don't need a fancy camera to take cool photos. See this guy right here? This is just your basic smartphone. Takes fantastic photos. Pull your smartphone out. Go take a couple photos. You can edit them on a free Photoshop app on your phone that I use quite frequently, actually. If you want to make little color adjustments and stuff, you can do it on there. If you want to crop it for Instagram appropriately, you can do that. It's a very versatile app, and it surprises me that it's actually free. So definitely check that out. Not sponsored or anything, I just like the app. Now, as far as hashtags go on the site, this is the hardest part for me because I don't really understand how they work necessarily. I've been told that people don't look at hashtags, and I've been told that people do look at hashtags, and it's just kind of really confusing to me on which one it is. So what we're going to do, and I recommend doing this for any social media platform that you're going to use, is we're going to trial and error it. We're going to test out different hashtags. We're going to see how we rate. We're going to see which ones we can roll with. We're going to see which ones we can't. So far, I'm doing just a couple days. I think I've come to the conclusion that I don't want to be using any of those widely used hashtags. People do like hashtag Twitch, hashtag streamer, hashtag streaming, and stuff like that. And it's just like, you're not going to rate on those, so it doesn't really matter, in my opinion. Maybe that's completely inaccurate, and let me know in the comments below if you know anything better than I do, but it seems like you want to shoot for the hashtags that are a little less used. So I wrote down a few in my book, and I'm probably going to be testing those out, see how I rate, and see if I can kind of climb based off of that. Some other advice that I've heard to do is look into those hashtags and see what type of posts are being posted there, and then try to do that. So for example, I'm not going to want to use a hashtag Fortnite clips because I don't post Fortnite clips. You know, it's a pretty easy concept, but you need to take that and apply it more to other things as well. So if I'm doing a hashtag like hashtag photography, and I'm posting like selfies and stuff, and most photography photos are like pictures of frogs or something in the wild, not saying that they are, but they could be, probably don't want to use that hashtag. And again, maybe hashtags are completely useless. That's something for me to learn. I will report my findings back to you when I figure it out, but that's where we're starting. We're going to trial and error it. There's no problem with that, I don't feel like. You either use them or you don't, and like the worst case scenario is people are going to be like, okay, that's kind of cheesy. He's using hashtags, you know? Lastly, as far as Instagram TV goes, I really want to explore this because I've heard in the past that it's actually not very useful, but I think it's actually been growing in popularity, and I want to give it a shot. Like I said, it's kind of like a lesser version of YouTube, and I'm going to be uploading a video on Instagram TV every Saturday. Right now, that's my goal, and it's going to be pretty similar stuff to this. It's just going to be shot specifically for Instagram TV. Because the difference is Instagram TV is shot in vertical, whereas like most videos are shot in horizontal. So this YouTube content, for example, is going to be shot in horizontal or landscape. And with that itself, it kind of sets it apart. And I feel like a lot of people are just rebranding their content from YouTube and uploading it to Instagram TV, which is an option for people. However, if you record content specifically for that platform, likely it's going to be doing better than content that you're just rebranding, right? That's a pretty easy concept that's been proven on most social media platforms. So that's definitely what we're going to be doing. And hey, if it doesn't work out, we learn that for ourselves. Like I said, everything is trial and error on this. And the honest truth is that we're in this for the long run. I've said it in previous videos, content creation isn't easy and it takes a long time. You pretty much have to go into it with the mentality that you're going to fail for a long time before you finally succeed. But it's the mentality that as long as you work hard, you're still going to succeed. You have to work really hard, dude. And lastly, as far as Instagram stories go, I'm going to be posting as frequently as I can. That's something I'm still getting the hang of. I try to set a parameter myself for at least 1 to 3 times a day. I probably want to be doing more than that. I also try to Instagram live stream at least once a day. When I do that, generally, I just kind of do vlogs. A lot of the times it's in my car, just giving you an update on what I'm working on. And if that does interest you, feel free to go follow me on my Instagram. Because if you like these types of videos, like I said, I'm going to be uploading them on Instagram TV. And this is original content, stuff that you're not going to be seeing on YouTube. Tips, tricks, my personal experiences with things, mistakes that I feel like I've made throughout my career on YouTube, Twitch, or content creation, whatever you want to call it. And if you enjoyed the video in any way or you were enlightened at all, be sure to drop a like. It really helps out the channel. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode. You can look forward to a new one on Tuesday and Thursday every week. And if you haven't already, be sure to drop by our Discord. We have a group of freaking awesome people who just love to interact and support each other. So you're always welcome there. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you next time. See, Crow, I appreciate it. I like it when people tell me what to call them, you know. See, Cow. No, Cow. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Don't leave me. I'm sorry. I apologize.